which would have given him Yelich, Freeman, Merrifield. Vlad Sedler wanted Glass now. And although this is a mock, it is moderated, so we're not screwing people out of out of picks here. Very, very quick clock here, 30 seconds. Goes really fast.
And that's the difference between doing it online and doing it in person. In person, you just yell out the name. You don't have to worry about the computer not letting you click.
That's true, and a little bit more leeway here. I'm assuming you. Oh, well, you're going to get the same people, right? There you go. Glass now, Tucker, Albies, done.
I have repeated my 2 picks, and I like them as much as I did the first time.
Yeah. No, no issue there. Rendon goes. That was at the top of my queue.
Yeah, that was another one I was certainly looking at. Yep.
Big base. Rendon, very, very low variance player. I mean, he a little bit of a down year last year, but just easy regression brings him back. Luis Robert goes, or Robert, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I don't think he does either. Maybe he does. Luis Robert goes. Eloy Jimenez goes. Here come the outfielders. There we go. Let's see. All right, well, Pierre Camus is going to take a pitcher. I think he only has you have no pitchers, 3 players, and probably
if I had to guess, I'd say he's taking Snell here.
All right, let's see what he does.
Oh.
He takes Zach Gallen. Okay. Zach Gallen there. All right, Ruvain, what are your thoughts as we approach our pick for the next one?
I think we have to go. I think we go hitter here. I don't like the pitchers coming up too much in the next tier, so I think we possibly go hitter here.
Yeah. Yep. I don't love the pitching here, and I like the ratio guys. We can wait a little bit more. Way too early for a closer. Let's get some power here. Aaron Judge just went. Marcell Ozuna, the top outfielder on the board. I like that. Outfielder done. Starling Marte is also available. Get you a little bit of power, but some speed. Pete Alonso's available. In this type of format, I might enjoy him also. Ozuna just went, so we're not getting Ozuna. What do you think about Pete Alonso right here?
I think it's a good spot for him. I think it's sort of close to his ADP also, so I think it's a good spot.
All right, so we're up now. It's Alonso or Arenado or Bregman. Go with Alonso, the easy power guy.
I maybe go with you know what? Yeah, go with him. You can always get Arenado on the way back. You'll be filled up with power that way.
Well, we don't need a third baseman. Also, we have one in Machado. So let's go Arenado. Let's go Alonso. That is, and he is ours. We'll have to pick right away. Blake Snell is sitting out there and is interesting. He's the top pitcher, and I like him a lot better than others. I think it's Snell for me if it doesn't.
If Snell's available, if Snell's available, you take him. Otherwise, you may even want to go with a middle infielder, maybe something like a Tim Anderson here for.
Yeah, Tim Anderson's available. I like him. We'll get you the average. Remember, we're talking about average run, so I would go with him. Ketel Marte off the board for Derek Hardy. So Anderson or Snell, which would you prefer? I'm going to say Snell.
I would say Snell first, then Anderson if both are available.
Yeah, the drop between there's a lot of shortstops, but the drop between Snell and the next pitcher for me is very large. He's the last one in the tier, so I'm going to go Snell if it's available. Otherwise, we go Anderson, and the winner is.
You can have anyone you want.
Let's see, who'd he take?
He took Josh Hader.
He took Hader. All right, well. Yeah, wow. I only have 15 seconds. My computer is slow here. Let's go Snell right here.
You go Snell, yes.
All right, so now we've got a nice pair. Luis Castillo, Blake Snell. I like that pair, and we have enough power with Alonso. All right, Ray, your thoughts on our selections there?
Yeah, that's a nice turn. You've got a slightly different build than me going. We've got, we've both got one outfielder, but you've got both corners, and I've got both middles. So fair to say you've got quite a bit more power than me. I've probably got a little more speed than you at this point, but there's plenty of time to balance that off. I do think the Castillo-Snell starts of the rotation is very nice. Snell's right on that line for me of guys I'm not really comfortable with as my SP1, but I'm very comfortable with it as SP2. So putting him behind Castillo, I think, is exactly the right place for him.
Right. All right, up to you now. It's getting there. We got Alex Bregman goes. Randy Arozarena goes next, and Gleyber Torres, some guys who are getting pushed up. All right, what are your thoughts as it's coming back to the end of round 5 for you?
Yeah, I was popping a couple of names in my queue here, and it's funny because I've got, even though I was just saying, I've got infielders, I've got second and shortstop covered. I've got a few guys here who I still like. There's Tim Anderson, who you guys mentioned. There's Kevin Biggio and Brandon Lowe, who both would be a second baseman for me, which would be a little bit wonky, but it briefly makes me think that maybe instead of taking Albies, I should have deferred. but we're still half a round away, and I got to see what comes back to me here. I think it's probably also time to mix in some starting pitching candidates. I've got Kenta Maeda in the queue. Corbin Burns is in range here. I think Carlos Carrasco could have been in range, but now he's got a bulky elbow, so I'm going to back off of him. But that's pretty much where the queue stands right now. I've got 4 names in there, and I'm 4 picks away. So we'll see what happens.
At this point in the draft, are you looking for value, or are you just looking at your team and trying to mix and match?
I mean, normally I'm just looking for value, and again, given the sort of broad categorical base I built here, I don't need to prioritize anything in particular. Right. So, a second outfielder would probably be the best positional fit at this point, but I'm not gonna force that either. There goes Maeda. So for other pitchers,
you definitely need power. By the way, I would take a power bat somewhere.
Yeah, I've got those. I should be good with stolen bases for a while. So power bats certainly end up being, primarily focused in the corners in the outfield, and I don't really have many of those, so that makes sense.
There goes Tim Anderson.
Tim Anderson, very late for Tim Anderson there, by the way. Very late.
And what do you know? I'm up. I'm going to take...
You wouldn't have taken Tim Anderson anyway, so there you go.
Exactly. I didn't have to worry about that.
Right.
Let's take Lance Lynn.
Yeah, you got innings there.
As my pitcher.
A lot of innings.
Theme. A lot of innings there. Maybe as good a bet as anybody to lead the American League in innings this year. And even though I've already got a second baseman, I'm going to double down with Brandon Lau because I just really like him. And he also comes with second base outfield eligibility, so I've got some ability to move him around if I need to. He doesn't directly fix the power that you were talking about, but as you said in your intro, low batting average power is available throughout the draft.
Right.
So I'm confident I can find that later.
Right. Yeah. He qualifies in the outfield because otherwise you would have your whole middle infield taken up, which in theory is okay, but it does. If you take up your shortstop, second baseman, and middle infield this early, then if good value comes later, you just can't really get it. Because they give other priorities, but if Lau's in the outfield, then you're okay. Liam Hendricks goes, Jordan Alvarez goes, Jose Altuve. As far as utility, by the way, there's no problem if anybody has a utility player here. Like you take the value here, no problem whatsoever. Ryu went a lot of pitchers coming off. That's why I'm glad we took Snell, because if we didn't take Snell, the drop would be humongous to the next tier. I like this. And the drop between the hitter, Anderson, and whoever is going to be less. So, again, it's the replacement level drafting style. All right, Ruvain, what are the options as we've got about 3 picks left to us?
I say we go outfielder here with some power, possibly. Something like maybe a Michael Conforto or even a Trent Grisham because he's stolen bases. But I think on the way back, we should think about getting a closer because a couple closers have been taken off the board already.
Yeah, I'm an Edwin Diaz fan, and round 7 sounds very decent. But yeah, I Grisham will give you the power speed blend. We went very heavy power with Alonso. Our team needs a little bit more steals. The batting average, I worry if we do that. You have Alonso and Grisham to start, but there's always a trade-off somewhere. Eugenio Suarez goes, Chapman goes. I think it's Edwin Diaz, and Derek Carty took Hader. He's not going to go for Edwin Diaz, so. You don't have to worry about that. So if he's not going to
go with Edwin Diaz, then you go with the outfielder now with the Steelers. You'll Trent Grisham.
Yes.
You get Edwin Diaz on the way back.
Yes, correct. All right, so 1 pick to us. I believe we're going to go Trent Grisham here. Could have also go Conforto, but Grisham steals a little bit more.
Too many Mets on a team is not a good thing either.
Kyle Hendricks just went, so Trent Grisham is up, and Grisham is ours. Edwin Diaz, if available, is. If not, I don't really want to push and go to a much less closer. I'll just go Conforto and double up in the outfield because he's the highest value guy. So if you can't get positions, just go for value, and Conforto is almost at the top of my list here as we go in the 7th round. Castellanos.
You could go with Javier Baez if you want also because that's a middle infield guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, it went Castellanos, Steven Strasburg, so we're going to go Edwin Diaz here. And now we've got our pitching base, we've got our saves base, and we got some steals with Betts and Grisham. We got plenty of power. The only category I worry about is batting average, so maybe tilt more batting average next time around. All right, Ray, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so Diaz, I think, is entirely the right time for that. That's the 4th closer off the board. And potentially, there's no guarantee you got the 4th best closer. You may have gotten the best closer.
Hopefully,
we'll see how that works out. But there's skill-wise, Diaz, not just the saves total, but the likelihood of 100 strikeouts really helps, and in fact, probably does a little bit to mitigate the potential short innings concern with Snell. So you've with 3 pitchers on the roster, and even if Snell only strikes out 150, if Diaz strikes out 100, then that helps that. And on offense, two outfielders to go with your 2 corners now, and Betts gives you such a good base. You're probably, I don't have the math in front of me, but you're probably not that far behind his batting average, and I'm sure you'll find another stolen base guy soon. But that's that's an entirely solid foundation.
Right, awesome. All right, you got 3 picks left to go. Conforto was just taken by Nando. Carlos Carrasco went, and Jose Berrios went. So bit of a pitcher run with Strasburg, Diaz, Berrios, Carrasco. What are you thinking as we come to the end for you?
Yeah, I'm looking at probably just more bats in my queue right now. Like we said, I may have Lau stashed in the outfield. I may have him in middle. We'll see how that plays out. But I need some power. I have room for some outfielders, and luckily that's a nice intersection. I see in my queue Eddie Rosario, Teoscar Hernandez, JD Martinez, Matt Olson over at first base, Nelson Cruz if I want to fill my util. So plenty of options there, and and honestly, the other guy who's still sitting there, who I was looking at last time through, was Kevin Biggio, who I believe is also eligible at third base. So that's I could yet fit him in. But I'm going to lose 4 names here. So
yeah, Biggio is available at second, third, and outfield. Very, very good for that spot.
So between Lau and Biggio, I would have a little bit of the Team Pretzel thing going on.
Yeah.
But I also do take the point that you made in my last turn that a couple of pure power plays would fit here, and that's not really Biggio.
If you don't pick a closer here, you're going to be waiting for quite a while to get a closer. Is that a problem for you?
I'm pretty comfortable doing that. I was looking at Raisel Iglesias as possibly the closer I would take here, and I've got him in sort of the in case of emergency break glass sort of spot in my queue. But if I get 2 bats I want, I'm probably going to let that go, and I'll fish in the in another spot in the closer waters. Let's see. I'm up. I'm going to take Rosario as the pure power outfielder there, and I like both. So Cruz went right before me, so I don't have that. I'm going to do. This is round 8. I'm going to do JD Martinez too. So I just solved any concerns about my power. I think with the Rosario JD Martinez combo there.
Right.
Of course, I have no saves now, so I'm probably going to be one of the last people in the league.
All right, but it's a 12-team league. You can go cheap in the end. As you said before, it's not a big concern. You don't have to push it up that much. I think you'll be fine, and you might even get a decent one on your way back. You never know.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I like it. I love Eddie Rosario there, and JD Martinez, very undervalued. Did you expect him to rebound to? I'm not going to say to where he was, but do you expect him to rebound to being a productive, 5th, 6th round type player?
Yeah, I really do. Between some lingering injury concerns and the fact that he seems like even he acknowledged that there was a video thing that he was annoyed about not being able to watch video in the clubhouse last year, but also I think he commented that there might have been a preparedness issue with him coming back for the short season after the shutdown. So he's not so old, and there are not any. He's got some dings around him, but not any chronic physical problems that I'm worried about. Right. That Boston lineup should still be decent, if not great. So yeah, I'm in on that.
Right. Well, my queue just got decimated here with Gurriel, Teoscar Hernandez, Matt Olson, Javier Baez, Iglesias. That just decimated my queue here. And should be. We have got a lot of experts, a lot of really sharp minds here. We're 2 picks away. I'm looking at Franmil Reyes in the 8th round, who I think is undervalued, and Dansby Swanson. I happen to know Derek Carty loves Dansby Swanson, so if I want to go those 2, I'm going to go Swanson first, because might lose him to Carty there.
What about Kevin Biggio? He's been mentioned a lot by Ray. Would you take him here also?
Oh, Biggio's still available? That sounds That sounds like a great spot for him. Multi-eligible.
He just got sniped.
He got sniped. Scott Pianowski does that. All right. Let's go Dansby Swanson, and then hopefully Franmil will come around. Thoughts on that, Ruvain? Yep.
Yeah, he should, because Franmil's ADP is later, so you'll probably get him.
Yep. All right. So we're going to go Dansby Swanson.